In today's video, we are talking about what to invest in to make passive income. Passive income is income you are making without actively working for it, and it is a great way to build wealth over time. There are a lot of different ways to make passive income, so we are going to talk about a few of those ways today. All right, what to invest in to make passive income. I'm going to talk about my two favorite ways, and if you can guess what those two are, pause the video and comment below. And then don't worry, we are going to talk about some other ways to make passive income. All right, maybe you guessed it, but passive income idea number one is real estate investing. One of the most popular ways to make passive income is through real estate. And this can include physical properties or REITs or even crowdfunding. I personally like the physical properties, the actual properties of real estate. And yes, it is not completely passive, but it is semi-passive. The REITs and crowdfunding do allow for a more passive way to invest in real estate because you don't have that hassle of managing the properties yourself. But since I have done the physical properties of investing in real estate, I'm going to share just a short experience with you on how I've been able to do that. I've been able to purchase 4 real estate properties, and I've created cash flow from those properties. So I have a buy and hold real estate investing strategy that I use. I will buy the property in good condition. I'll put my tenants in there, collect cash flow every single month over the long term. And while it is more work than just doing REITs or crowdfunding, I have found it to be really worthwhile. By doing that and investing in the stock market, I was able to create financial freedom for myself. If you want more details about how I was able to buy those 4 properties, I have a video about that. I will leave a link above. You can check that out later on. The second way to create passive income is to invest in dividend stocks. This one is pretty popular. A lot of YouTubers talk about investing in dividend stocks, and some of them only invest in dividend stocks. And if you are wondering what dividend stocks are, it is a stock or a company that will pay you dividends, usually quarterly, just for owning shares in the company. And if you are investing in these dividend stocks, it can create a stream of income for you. For me, I do have a few dividend stocks, but I just reinvest those dividends that I am receiving. That way it continues to build my wealth over time. But if I wanted to, I could pull out those dividends and start living off some of that money. Just as a side note, you want to be careful if you are planning to pull those dividends out. You don't want to pull them out of a retirement account. That is going to give you a penalty if you pull money out of that account. And if you want some examples on different dividend stocks, let's take a look at a list of these types of stocks. I googled dividend paying stocks and NerdWallet has a list of them. So let's take a look at a few because you've probably heard of some of these. Verizon is one of them, AT&T is another, Walgreens is another, Philip Morris, International Paper Co., Ford Motor Company, Hasbro, Dominion Energy, Trust Financial Corp., and Best Buy. You've probably heard of them. So there are a number of companies that are paying dividends. And if you're buying just one share of the company, you may not be making that much in dividends, but if you buy another share and then another, you continue to buy shares of that company, the more you are going to receive in dividends over the long term. So while you might be starting out with $10 a year, that could turn into $100 a year and then $1,000 a year. It really can add up over time if you continue to invest in that company. And then the third way to make passive income is through bonds. Bonds are essentially loans to companies or governments, and they pay regular interest payments to investors. Bonds can provide a steady stream of income with relatively low risk, making them a good option for conservative investors. If you're looking to just have a lower risk and not make a high return, then bonds could be a good option for you. And during retirement, or when people are getting closer to retirement, they end up switching some of their stock investments over to bonds just to be more conservative and preserve their wealth. The fourth way to make passive income is through index funds. An index fund is a type of mutual fund that tracks some sort of index. For example, it could be tracking the S&P 500. Index funds are a great way to diversify your portfolio because they have so many companies inside of just the one fund. So if you're purchasing the one fund, you're actually purchasing a whole number of companies. Index funds also have really low fees compared to actively managed mutual funds. I definitely prefer index funds over actively managed mutual funds. And if you're thinking, oh, well, the actively managed mutual fund must have a higher return, that is not correct. There's been a lot of studies done about how mutual funds do not necessarily outperform index funds. If you don't want to take the time to pick individual stocks that pay dividends, an index fund can be a great option for you. I personally love index funds. I think they are great, and I invest in them myself. If you are looking to invest in them as well, I have a free masterclass about investing in the stock market. I will leave my link below in the description, and you can click on that and check out the free masterclass. They make it really easy for investors to invest in the stock market, get great returns, and have really low fees, and still be diversified. The fifth way on what to invest in to make passive income is real estate investment trusts, abbreviated REITs. A REIT is a type of investment that invests in real estate, but you have access to this real estate through the stock market. They offer a very convenient way to get access to real estate without having to purchase physical properties. REITs can be bought and sold like stocks can, so it makes them a very liquid investment. If you do choose to invest in REITs, I would make sure and take a look at the expense ratio and make sure it is low enough for you on the return you are going to get. And then the sixth way to make passive income is through peer-to-peer lending. And this is a relatively new way to do this. It involves lending money to individuals or businesses through an online platform. You aren't actually meeting up with the person and giving them money. You are signing up for the online platform, and they have people they work with, and you can invest your money through that platform. They are connecting the borrowers with the lenders, and then the lenders are earning interest on their investments. Peer-to-peer lending can offer higher returns than keeping your money in a savings account or in bonds, but it also carries more risk. I personally have not done peer-to-peer lending. I've seen other people do it, so just make sure and do your homework and feel comfortable with what you are investing in. And honestly, after going through all of these different types of passive income, I do have my favorites, which is real estate and then the stock market. I do like having just a few individual stocks. I don't have more than 10, so that I can keep my eye on all of those individual stocks. And then I do have an index fund that I really like. If you're curious to know what that is, I have another video about that. I will leave a link to that above. You can check that out later on. I know not everyone has an interest in real estate and buying physical properties, but if you do have an interest in it, I would definitely recommend it. I have found it to be very beneficial. By investing in physical real estate properties and the stock market, I was able to become financially free and become a millionaire at age 40. I would definitely think about the ways you want to make passive income and start taking action on that right now, because the sooner we invest our money, the earlier we are going to be able to retire. And we can definitely start small. It might feel like not that much money in the beginning, but once we get started, it is much easier to move forward. Comment below and tell me one way you are going to make passive income. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information. And hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure and check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.